Hi, welcome back to Middle East in Crisis. I'm your host, Nestle Hanarishkin, and today we're talking about the Tanzimat period of the Ottoman Empire. I know that we're jumping a little bit ahead. I know the last videos were about Osman Ghazi and the fall of Constantinople, but I thought, you know what, I'm making these videos and I like the Tanzimat period. So, the Tanzimat period. So this period is from 1839 to 1876. Which ushered in the first constitutional era of the Ottoman Empire. And overall, this period fits into a larger period of decline and modernization for the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire was, for a long time, a rival to European powers. It made it all the way to the doors of Vienna, but by this point, they had multiple losses with the Russian Empire. They had been chipped away at and eroded over time and no longer held the prestige that it once had. At this time, they were called the sick man of Europe. I think that's a little harsh, but okay. But so the Tanzimat period was started in the minds of the reformist Sultan Mehmed II and his son Abdul Mejid the First, who were educated by European bureaucracies and believed that the old religious and military institutions were no longer serving the empire and rather hindering it. They sought to have changes throughout the empire, even if they were just symbolic changes, to adopt more Western ways, like the changes in uniform, which was meant to mimic the imperial uniforms of other countries like France and England. And so they just tried to adopt more Western dress, not just for the military, but across the empire, and encourage government officials to adopt this more Western style. And besides just dress reforms, they also adopted they were influenced by the Napoleonic codes, which were written in 1804 in France. Under the Second French Empire, which was meant to pull away from the feudal system in France, and for the Ottoman Empire, they were influenced to eliminate the dashimi system. And instead of using the dashimi system, which I'll explain in a later video, but they just wanted to universal conscription, educational, institutional, and legal reforms, and we're trying to use the ratification of the dashimi system to help eliminate political corruption. And they were also trying to adopt a policy called Ottomanism, which was meant to unify all the people of the Ottoman Empire under one kind of nationalist identity, and trying to develop a nation state, because the Ottoman Empire, for most of its history, had really let people, as they conquered different areas, retain their native language, their religion, just kind of let them be. They're like, if you give us money, we'll let you speak whatever language you want. And so they wanted to try to encompass all the people of the Ottoman Empire and make them Ottoman. So that means Muslims, non-Muslims, Turks, Greeks, Armenians, and Jewish, Kurds, and Arabs. They wanted everyone to be Ottoman. Since we still have Turks, Greeks, Armenians, Jews, and Kurds and Arabs, I think it shows you it was not that successful. But yeah, these reforms started with the Edict of Gudhen of 1839, which just declared equality for both Muslims and non-Muslims throughout the Ottoman Empire, because for a long time there weren't any. The Christians in the empire were treated as second-class citizens. They had to pay more taxes. I mean, they weren't like threatened of like, you have to convert. Like that wasn't a thing, mostly because the Ottoman Empire wanted taxes, which, okay. And so, but yeah, so this period of trying to increase like Christian and Muslim equality lasted from 1839 to 1856, and with reforms along tax systems and administration. And so with all that happening, along with the nationality law in 1869, with granted equal rights to citizens of all subjects of the empire, because once again, even though they had decrees of equal rights between Muslims and Christians in 1839, which had varying success, the Ottoman Empire had multiple minyat, or nations inside, so that the nationality law was supposed to help keep that together. But yeah, that was kind of like the main overarching force. It was just trying to create a new national identity and trying to modernize the country by having equal rights for Muslims and non-Muslims, but also trying to begin the secularization and the elimination of the Dashirme. Just kind of highlights this period. I'll go into more details about what the Dashirme is in another video, but until then, keep on reading. I'll see you in the next one.